Today's topic is the fact that business is UX and UX is empathy. And UX stands for user experience, which is the study of how real people interact with things. And I think the first lesson of UX is that you are not your user. So, an example of why I'm saying business is UX. So, I'm doing this website design business, and I assumed that if I was a customer, I would want a lot of options and to have a really cheap custom website package where I can get exactly what I want seems like a no-brainer. But after interviewing my, clientele, my target customer base, I found out that these sorts of customers, this niche, they really don't like making decisions and they get overwhelmed with a lot of choices. And that actually having the designer do everything for them is actually more in line with what they're looking for. And they're actually willing to charge more. They're willing to pay more if you make all the decisions for them than if I gave, a 40-hour extensive custom project. And that's why in this niche there's a lot of Squarespace personalization businesses that seem very successful, which is shocking. So that was interesting. Um, and yeah, you were not your user. So it's about empathy and it's about realizing that your assumptions might not be true. And empathy is fundamentally about, I would say, understanding the lived experience of another person, regardless of your personal tastes and biases and your own experience, which is really hard to do. Um, so I think the best businesses really understand their customers and clients. One last example, I actually was recalling that my jujitsu gym was recently far away from my city center, and I had to get rides there, and I wasn't able to come as often. And they, for a separate reason than anything in terms of the business, had to move locations closer to the capital, or chose to. Maybe it was related to the business. But point being, now that they move closer to the capital, I can walk there, and I've noticed a lot of other people come there more often. And so, as a business owner, you might not. This is actually kind of obvious now that I say it, but if this jiu-jitsu gym had surveyed their and nothing against the jiu-jitsu gym. In fact, like I said, they might have made this decision knowing what I'm saying. So I'm not saying that they didn't do this, so this wasn't in their thought process. But it was just an insight that there are businesses that might not consider these little nuances in terms of factors that you wouldn't consider, because maybe the owners have a car and it's not really that inconvenient for them to drive around. But if 90% of your clientele don't have cars, then location might matter a lot. um, Same thing with, business might be able to go online, and so the actual location matters very little. Point being, if you are a business owner, talk to your customers, talk to your clients, and really empathize and learn to empty your assumptions. And yeah, I think that's it for today. So until next time.